This is your favorite podcast panelist, Adonis Concierge, hitting you from your favorite podcast, The Bubble Chat, here for a motherfucking PSA. Are you ready to mix a motherfucking mingle with the queen of comedy, Cheryl Underwood, at San Jose Improv, June 29th? I need you to be there because I'll be there too. June 29th, San Jose Improv, Cheryl Underwood. Get your motherfucking tickets. Now let's get ready for this show.
This week on the Bubble Chat.
You just never really know where you get your resilience from. When you come to a point or you meet the crossroads where it's like, you don't know if you're going to make it. This may take you out. Your life is going to be forever altered. It is like Katy Perry. She said, "Tiger alive, and I'm gonna." It's just like this is like it is go time.
Like really, you said it. Underscore highlight the fact that oftentimes when people come to the forefront with misinformation, untruths, they do make it harder for those that actually want the justice system to do its due diligence.
Heartbreaking cases, women have passed away along with their unborn child. It made me reflect about how fragile life can be.
Brother, because y'all got the same mama but different dad, none of that matters. What matters is we are one unit, one band, one sound. So if shit goes down, I'm whooping everybody's ass about these babies. If shit goes down, I'm whooping everybody's ass about my men.
As person in that movie, so why we couldn't have a social study like that?
Mm-hmm.
This is a really sensitive topic, and it can easily trigger strong emotions, not just the parents,
but I say that to say that's why they didn't ask the parents, because that was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. Long time ago. Well, actually, just motherfucking now in a galaxy not too far away from your favorite podcast has returned for a very special transmission. Welcome to the Bubble Chat, everybody, where the force is strong, the tea is hot, and we've got more drama than a lightsaber duel at a family reunion. Whether you're tuning in from Tatooine, Coruscant, or your living room on the couch, we've got a hyperspace hall of headlines ready for launch.
Today isn't just any day, it's Star Wars Day. And you know what that means? May the Force be with you. We're donning on our best robes, brushing the dust off our droids, and lighting up the podcast airwaves like a Death Star explosion. Expect a few surprises, a dash of nostalgia, and a sprinkle of intergalactic shade as we navigate the latest news from the universe and the next.
From celebrity scandals that would make Java raise an eyebrow to real-life sagas unfolding on Earth, we're here to break it all down with a sharp tongue and a side of sass. We've got updates from the entertainment galaxy, fashion looks fit for the queen of Naboo herself, and maybe a conspiracy theory or two that can make Yoda blink twice.
Plus, there's plenty of shout outs to you, loyal listeners, whether you're multitasking while fighting off stormtroopers, aka your daily responsibilities, or simply chilling with your own version of Baby Yoda. We're grateful that you choose to plug in with us. Now grab your blue milk, turn the volume up, and let this journey through madness begin. So strap in, adjust your headset, channel your inner Jedi or Sith, we don't judge here, as a certain queen of TV talk show once said, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? All right, first up, Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, recently shared that she was diagnosed with breast cancer last year after missing a routine mammogram. In an interview with People, she explained that her screening had been postponed during the COVID pandemic, and like many of us, she got caught up with life and forgot to reschedule. When she finally went, Doctors found stage 1 breast cancer. Thankfully, it was caught early and she's since had surgery and is now cancer free. Tina's story is such an important reminder. She mentioned feeling completely fine with no signs or symptoms, which shows just how essential regular screenings are, especially for women over 40. She doesn't carry the BRCA gene and had no family history of the disease, making the diagnosis even more unexpected. What's inspiring is how she's using her platform to bring attention to this issue and encourage others to prioritize their health. She also shared how her family, including Beyonce and Solange, were right by her side, forming a strong circle of love and support throughout her recovery. That's the kind of energy we all need: support, early action, and open conversations around health.
Yeah.
Bubblers, how do you think stories like Tina's shift the way we approach our own health? And have you ever delayed a checkup or screening that ended up teaching you a big lesson?
I just want to say how grateful I am, first of all, that Tina was able to catch her cancer early and that the surgery to remove the tumor was successful. She is still shining and showing the world her strength. And that just goes to show how incredibly strong of a fucking woman Tina is. I'm also very grateful by the grace of God that she was able to get the care she needed, presumably with the love and support of her family around her. It's a reminder of how important detection and strong support system can be when facing challenges like this. And thinking about Tina's journey also made me remember Beyonce's speech at the CFDA Fashion Awards a few years ago. Beyonce recently basically talked about how her grandmother was a seamstress who made uniforms for the priests and the nuns to pay for Tina's Catholic school tuition. And that incredible gift of creativity and hard work was then passed down to Tina, who later used her talents to design outfits for Destiny's Child when high-end fashion labels rejected them for quote unquote being curvy. And
Little girl.
yes, it's such a powerful reminder that not all celebrities start out with privilege and access. Families like the Knowles worked hard, used their skills, and learned into their creativity to open doors that weren't always open to them. And Tina's resilience today is just another example of the strength passed down through generations. And I think that it's a blessing that Tina's still shining. How do you feel about it, Adonis?
I mean, as a colon cancer survivor myself, it's like you just never really know where you find or you get your resilience from. When you come to a point or you meet the crossroads where it's like you don't know if you're going to make it, this may take you out, your life is going to be forever altered. It just it is like Katy Perry. She said, "Tiger, a lion, and I'm gonna." It's just like this is like it is go time, you know, because if this is the ending, you want to start this journey, right? And if you in it, like we're in it, you know, like there's like we're gonna end this, we're gonna start this, we're gonna finish this. It ain't over. It's like all of those things at the same time. So you know, hats off to all cancer patients and all cancer survivors and butt cancer up the ass. That's how I feel about it, girl. Kudos to you. Kisses, Tina Knowles.
I just got like a full circle moment because I am a subscriber to the Sacred
Uh,
hairline,
yeah.
and I screenshot and posted on my stories on my Instagram. You know how considerate the line was for asking the audience if they wanted to opt out of the advertisements that are text message to their phones, given the fact that Mother's Day is coming up and there are sensitivities that may be triggered by those who do not have a mother, but they are
Right.
subscribers to the product line. So I had like basically gave kudos to them, like, oh, how how considerate it is that you guys are like not just treating them like dollar signs, but actually treating them like human beings with feelings. And now I have a little bit of insight into that thought process is, you know, she herself had this experience with her own mother, you know. So wow, I have a lot of gratitude and empathy.
Yes, yes, yes. So, in other news, Jay-Z is currently involved in a legal dispute stemming from a 2023 lawsuit filed by a woman identified as Jane Doe. She accused him and Sean Diddy Combs of misconduct at a 2000 after party when she was only 13 years old. The lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed in February 2025. Subsequently, Jay-Z filed a defamation lawsuit against her in March, alleging that her claims were normally false and aimed at extorting him, caused reputational and financial damage exceeding $20 million. On April 22nd, Jane Doe responded with a motion to dismiss Jay-Z's lawsuit, arguing that his claims lack legal merit. Her attorneys assert that her lawsuit and media statements are protected under California law and do not constitute defamation. Additionally, they argue that Jay-Z's civil conspiracy and malicious prosecution claims are unsupported by facts. Y'all, how do you think high-profile legal disputes like this one affect public perception of both the accuser and the accused, especially when those allegations are later withdrawn? Let me break this down for you real quick. This is a whole big thing to disqualify or discount the Busby lawyer, so they'll end up dropping all those fucking cases against Puff Daddy. I need you to understand, think about this. Shannon Sharp and Jay-Z are suing the law firm and or attorney that has Puff Daddy in jail right now. They're trying to confuse you, persuade you, and get you all confused to at the end of the day, they will dismiss and throw out the case against Diddy. That's what they're trying to do against the Busby man. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do. All these are premeditated, planted seeds to get everyone all in the dizzy and the tizzy. So then when they dismiss it, it'll be like, okay, you know what I mean? But that's my personal conspiracy. What do you guys think about high profile?
I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about the update of between Jay-Z and the woman involved. I'm still learning the details from that update, and I don't even know for sure whether she lied or not. But I will say this. If it turns out that she did lie, it's really upsetting. It would seem like the motive might be have been for money. And if
That,
that's the case,
yeah,
it's just wrong on so many fucking levels. From what I can tell, this wasn't someone who looked up to Jay-Z or had a meaningful connection with him where he did her wrong. And to make up a story about something serious as sexual assault or rape, if that's what happened, it's disgusting, and there's absolutely nothing funny or casual about being a survivor of something so traumatic. False accusations can hurt real survivors by making it even harder for them to be believed. And that's something that should never be taken lightly. But I want to say that unless we know for sure that she lied, we really can't play God, and we really shouldn't be like jumping to conclusions. Cause of like, but it looks like she did lie. Like I said, it is not in my control to know for sure.
true.
How do you feel about it, Jazz?
You said it. Like really, you said it. Uh, underscore highlight the fact that oftentimes when people come to the forefront with misinformation, untruths, they do make it harder for those that actually want the justice system to do its due diligence and actually hold people accountable. It makes it harder for the people that come behind them that actually want these things to happen, especially when they don't see the process through for whatever reasons it may be. It does make it harder. I can see that.
Mm. Yeah, well, today we're reflecting on the life and legacy of Hailey Okula, a beloved ER nurse and nursing influencer who tragically passed away on March 31st due to a rare childbirth complication known as amniotic fluid embolism. This condition affects approximately 1 in 40,000 births and is often fatal. Hailey and her husband, Hailey and her husband, Matt Okula, a firefighter with the Los Angeles Fire Department, have been open about their journey through infertility and IVF. They were overjoyed to welcome their son, Crew, into the world. Haley's passion for nursing led her to create the RN News grad program, offering support and resources to newly graduated nurses. In the wake of her passing, Matt is committed to raising Crew according to the plans he and Haley had made together. He is also dedicated by continuing Haley's mission by mentoring nurses and spreading awareness about AFE, hoping that increased knowledge can lead to better outcomes in the future. And a GoFundMe campaign has established to support Matt and Crew and has raised over $400,000, reflecting the widespread impact Haley had on her community. And of course, on behalf of the Bubble Chat, we send our deepest condolences to Matt, Crew, and all of Haley's family and loved ones during this incredibly difficult time. And so I'm curious to know, how can communities and healthcare professionals work together to raise awareness about rare childbirth complications like AFE, and what support systems can be put in place for families affected by such tragedies?
Ladies first.
Yeah, it's just tough to hear about people having these situations at this day and age with childbirth, with the level of technology that we have access to. Um, it it it's sad. It's really sad. I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, don't cry, Jazz.
Huh?
I said, don't cry, Jazz.
I feel that I feel really impacted because I'm a mother, and I know someone personally who has had serious complications from wanting to bring children into the world with their husband. Uh, you know, um, this is unfortunate to see, and I still don't get it. I still don't get it. I wouldn't even know how to help fix it. What
I
to
don't think any of us still got it, to be
I
honest.
can't wrap my head around it. Like, what is it? Hmm.
I was honestly shocked to find out that Haley's passing was such a rare condition that could happen during childbirth. And I can't even begin to imagine that pain that must have been dealing with. Even though it's rare, tragic things like this do happen because of pregnancy complications. In some heartbreaking cases, women have passed away along with their unborn child. It made me reflect about how fragile life can be. I'll never forget watching an episode of The Resident where a black woman died from complications during childbirth, specifically during a C-section. And what hit even harder was knowing that this episode was based on a true story.
Mm.
Charles Story's Charles Johnson's story, where he tragically lost his wife Kiera after she gave birth to their child. And another story that stayed with me to this day is James Alvarez's. He became a single father in the nick of time to his daughter Adeline after his wife was fatally struck by a drunk driver while she was still pregnant.
Oh
And
my God.
stories like these are heartbreaking reminders of how quickly life can change and how much strength it takes to keep moving forward in such deep loss. And I am praying to God that Matt Matt continues to find strength in raising his son, even in the middle of such unimaginable pain. And I truly hope he knows he's not alone and that he has support around him as he takes on this new chapter.
Yeah.
So it said, I'm going to repeat your question. So how can communities and healthcare professionals work together to raise awareness about this rare childbirth complication such as AFE? We do it by doing by what we're doing right now. We're sharing the story. They're going to do it by stirring up the conversation and sharing the information in their community. I think that in life, elevation and involvement there's change. And science is very, very instrumental in helping us understand things. So I'm gonna say, like, I'm very grateful to the science and where we are in technology that we can see these things and break it down to a ratio of 1 in 40,000. We hear 1 in 1,000,000, 1 in 100,000.
Yeah.
So like, let's just give it up to science and research and all of those things first. But I believe that this information should be shared in different complexities and conversations with in sexual education. I think this is something definitely should be happening in like Lamaze. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be all type of information, printed information out there for women that are pregnant, that are looking to be pregnant. Like, when you do the IVF and do these fertility treatments, all this stuff needs to be in there, and it could be updated as
Yes.
so it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? So then or you get a greater scope,
Informed decision making
into. Yes, because you say, so women say, I did the IVF, but they didn't say that shit hurt like fuck and you gotta do it, and if you're gonna be pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a self-inflicting type of pain, not torture, but it's not as comfortable as you think it is. It sounds very, very simple when you say, well,
and it's not cheap either. IVF's not cheap either.
Huh?
IVF is not cheap either.
And that too, right? But I mean, I would assume, or people should assume, that nothing comes cheap. But what I am saying is they, it's just like a side effect. You want your nose to stop running, girl, you're gonna be your ass running like oil transmission. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take the good with the bad, and I'm so sorry to say that on this this subject. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it up for baby crew. We're going to give it up for baby crew, and we're going to pray for all the mothers and the families, the aspiring families, the families that are in the rapture of it all. We just bless, healthy, wonderful, beautiful babies in your life. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Donnie. You said it right there.
I know how to correct the problem.
Yeah. On a lighter note.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah. Sierra recently addressed her husband, Russell Wilson's playful campaign for baby number 5. That's right, 5. In a lighthearted interview with Access Hollywood, the singer joked about Wilson's persistent hints at expanding their family, saying, "Let me tell you, someone needs to take my husband's phone right now, okay? Because he needs to stop." She humorously added, Amora came out and he started talking about single. I'm like, that's just disrespectful. Do you know what I just went through, right? The couple who married in 2016 shared 3 children together, Sienna, Wynn, and Amora. And Sierra also has a son, future Zahir, from a previous relationship. Wilson has been known to tease about having a 5th child after leaving flirtatious comments on Sierra's social media posts. For instance, after Sierra posted a video of dancing at Trinidad and Tobago's, Wilson commented that this is my mating call. Keep sipping on that. Despite the jokes, Sierra acknowledges the public support for Wilson's campaign, noting that people are siding with him. She expressed mock exasperation, saying, yeah, the people are following. How do you think public figures like Sierra Wilson sharing their family planning discussions impact societal conversations around parenting and family size? Can I just say something before y'all interject?
Go ahead.
When people put out information regarding families, especially blended families, my personal opinion about that is I don't like lines of demarcation. I don't like to know
gray areas.
I don't like to know that future Zahir is from a different relationship.
Because they are one family right now.
Ma'am, sir.
Been his fam daddy since he's like 9 months or a year.
So why are we still running with this narrative that that's from a different union? It doesn't matter. That's a part of this family, and that's just how we should see it, right? Unless we need to worry about the blood type for a kidney transfusion, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that, because what I've learned in my life journey is that there is no step for me. It's not no stepdaddy. It's a bonus oftentimes, like, ooh, it's a little sprinkle on top, but it's no step. Like, that's the parent, the provider. That's the baby in the household. So when we go out into public settings as a Black family, no one outside of our unit needs to know that somebody is not of biological mommy and
Well,
daddy are the same. Yeah, we don't need to know that's your half brother because y'all got the same mama but different dad. None of that matters. What matters is we are one unit, one band, one sound. So if shit goes down, I'm whooping everybody's ass about these babies. If shit goes down, I'm whooping everybody's ass about my men, my men, my men. Period. So I just wanted to say that. So
okay.
in regards to Russell, I would have that same type of energy the way he's showing up for these babies, the way he's showing up for that lady. It's been consistent. He ain't been looking around from what I understand. He been showing up for that woman. And yeah, so I just want to say that about them, about those people, from what I see, from what I know, because I ain't, above my tax bracket.
Mhm.
So that. Go ahead, friends.
All
What y'all
right.
think?
Hearing that there might be a possibility of a fifth baby for Sierra and Russell
Mhm.
definitely caught my attention, and I'm just going to explain from what I know about their marriage. They already have a beautiful family. Sierra had her first son, Future, on a previous relationship, and together with Russell, they've welcomed three more children. At the end of the day, whether they decide to grow up with their family again or not is really isn't in my control or anybody else's for that matter. Honestly, some people feel completely fulfilled with the number of children they already have, while others may not want to raise kids at all because of the major commitments that come with parenting. And whether couples choose to have children or decide not to, ooh, it's deeply personal. It's their decision, and it's often a conversation between them and God. No matter what they choose, I just hope they continue to find happiness and love in whatever direction their journey takes them.
That's beautiful. Hmm.
Baby, I got two lyrics to sing, two different, right?
My
There's
body
there's
comes
a
to life.
song called Pussy Fairy.
Oh my gosh. But
They're running around here talking about, I know you love fucking me. That was it right there. That's not got
yeah.
something else. That's it right there. And then there's a song, it's a duet. It is by Raphael Sadiq and D'Angelo. And it's called Be Here. And the lyric says, I'm a good man and I work hard on my night job.
Hmm.
That's it for Russell. That's it. That's it right there. That's it.
That's all you need. The anthems. Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. You don't need no
Yeah.
baseline.
I'm here for it. I'm here for the fifth baby. As long as Sierra's journey has been one of health, you know what I mean, with her pregnancies, because she hasn't been. I mean, I haven't been intrusive into. I just want her to be safe. But
What you
I'm.
mean? Hey.
We just got done reading about a whole family that lost a mom. So now we're reading about a fifth baby, which is very like, ooh, how we just segue into that? Who did that?
We went from a loss to a gain.
Okay. So I'm
Win,
just
win,
saying,
win.
taking age into account, other things. I mean, listen, I don't know. I'm for it as long as Sierra says that she's ready for it too.
Janae Aiko, Raphael Sadiq. Janae Aiko, Raphael Sadiq.
My body comes to life.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, we have entered May. We've officially
Oh,
entered.
wait, hold on, hold on. We haven't talked about this next story, and it
Oh,
really left
sorry,
me.
my bad. Oops.
All right, y'all. The next story really left me stunned. Recently, at an elementary school in Georgia, a big controversy erupted after white and colored signs were placed above fountains as part of a student project. The school explained that it was supposed to be part of a lesson of segregation and civil rights history, but many parents were outraged by how it was handled. The
Mm-hmm.
project was intended to bring awareness to the harsh realities of the Jim Crow era, but a lot of parents felt
Mm-hmm.
that the way it was presented was deeply insensitive and triggering, especially without enough context or explanation. Some even said that their children came home confused and upset by what they saw.
Mm-hmm.
While it's important to educate students on painful parts of American history, the way lessons like this are delivered really matters. Conversations around topics like Racism and segregation should be handled carefully with respect and a clear explanation of the purposes behind it. Otherwise, the message can get lost and it can cause harm rather than open up meaningful dialogue. I'm gonna start with you, Adonis. What are your thoughts on this project? Was on how this project was carried out, and do you think there are better ways schools could teach tough lessons like this?
So I just gave a shout out to the science industry, and I say, you know, how we've come so far and how things have changed. It is not the same. So we should not be doing no goddamn Jim Crow, motherfucking civil rights, goddamn. Why don't we use the Jane Doe motherfucking social scenario? Okay, why don't we just go snipe some motherfuckers and hit some motherfuckers? You know what? This one I'm gonna say. And I just made this post earlier. So to all my people of color, okay, we have to be bigger, greater, and better in spite of the bullshit. Let me say it again. We have to be bigger, greater, and better in spite of the bullshit. In spite of the bullshit. When you know somebody is fucking with you, when you were in some awesome, awkward, fucked up foolery bullshit, you still gotta hold yourself together because guess what? You are bigger, better, and greater. They do shit like this to throw you off your motherfucking pivot. You see what I'm saying? They want to take you back. They want to trigger us. And guess what? We could be triggered. And then we're gonna reset and we're gonna keep motherfucking being bigger, greater, and better. Every person of color need to pat their motherfucking self on the back. You are bigger, greater, and better than any intimidating, insecure, fucked up energy coming your way. That's all I got to say.
I get that the school was trying to bring awareness to segregation and the history behind it. I really do understand that intention. But honestly, I think the school should have gotten permission from the parents first. This is a really sensitive topic, and
sorry, what? Why are we gonna ask Jasmine, Shay, and Adonis, do you guys want a Jim Crow social studies thing with the kids at school? Are you gonna let that?
I definitely wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't do that project because
they didn't ask the parents. So why are we even considering doing that? Why are we running social studies or social studies like what if there is a female president? You guys seen G20?
I didn't watch it with Viola Davis.
Okay, well, but she's the president. And I would assume when they were making this movie, they probably thought that this is gonna applaud if Kamala wins, but still put it out there that a Black woman of color can be the president, even if she really, really doesn't make the cut. You see what I'm saying? Like, we see that.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? She was a kick-ass person in that movie. So why we couldn't have a social study like that?
Mm-hmm.
This is a really sensitive topic, and it can easily trigger strong emotions, not just the parents,
but I
for
say
the
that to
teens
say
too.
that's why they didn't ask the parents, because that was some fool shit. That was some fool shit, not bullshit, fool shit.
Yeah, if I'm being real, if a teacher wants to introduce a history lesson that involves something as heavy as recreating segregation signs, I mean, if parents should parents should be like fully informed, and students should have a say too. It's if either the parents or the students aren't comfortable with it and say no, that boundary absolutely needs to be respected. And if I gotta be honest, this is honestly a project because I have like mixed feelings of it. That's why I have a little bit of mixed feelings of it. But this is obviously not a project that I wanted to do, and I wouldn't do this to any of the students if I was a teacher. Because lessons about the realities of history are important, but the way they are taught has to be thoughtful, respectful, and most importantly, with no one should feel blindsided or uncomfortable walking into that kind of environment without preparation. Period.
I have always, not always, but like in recent years, have had in the back of my mind wanted to cultivate an experience to where to where Black inventions were taken out of spaces.
Say it again.
To where Black inventions were taken out of spaces.
Ooh.
Like, look at me now, friend. So if there was to be something to incite impact and like bring them back, that would be, for me, the affirming way to go, right? So what does that look like? The day would consist of everybody that presents as white, for me, to not be allowed to use Black inventions. Use what your ancestors are known for. So Africans are known for paper and chess and alphabets and medicine. What else? Coin changers, letterboxes, street sweepers, ironing boards,
The street light,
typewriters. Yeah. So have your parents pick up your sibling
the security
when they take you to school, when the au pair brings you to school with your younger sibling, when the nanny brings you to school, make sure they're not using a stroller, make sure they're using their arms, because you white friends, you don't get that privilege today. The mop. None of your groceries should be refrigerated today, friend, because that was from us. If it's 90 degrees outside, make sure you're not using the HVAC system, because
that's what you get.
Just to be clear, the auto air brake, that was from us. In case you're going on a helicopter today, reminding yourself that's from us. Like, all these big things, I just want that type of impact to happen. Not, this is minuscule. Like, this is all y'all can come up with. This is all you know us for. That blood plasma.
The things that you mentioned are casually classic.
Yeah. Gas mask. Don't use the elevator. If you just so happen to be a paraplegic and you're white, I'm sorry for you that day. I'm sorry for you that day. No elevator for you. Just to learn the impact so that you can go into the world and then verbatim say, I experienced life without Black inventions. Allyship can be cultivated that day. Because they, like, now I know, oh my God, the dustpan, the roller coaster, no amusement park.
Who gives a damn about a chitterling when you got the list you got going?
Listen.
Let's not forget about the prime proposal.
The egg beater, the original egg beater, the one that goes like this.
Yes.
Yeah. So just
remember that prime proposal?
The what?
The prime proposal where a white student, where a student said in the proposal, if I was Black, I would be picking cotton, but I'm white, I'm asking you to prom with me. Remember that one?
I don't remember that one. Just, those are my thoughts about having a day or a time or a visual representation, but it really should be an actual representation. They should be immersed in this experience. There's no hairbrush for you, friend. No pencil sharpener. No window cleaner. No pressure cooker. No envelope seal. No ice cream mold. Just all these things. So anyway, I yield because I can take us up.
Oh,
it's a list.
Black pump fist of righteousness.
Okay, thank you.
Black fist pump of righteousness. I said right. Black fist pump of righteousness.
Just root it in our light. Why would you root it in something it was such a minor, we're greater than all the things that they're saying.
Casually classic.
Yeah.
Casually classic.
Okay, but that's what they want to hone in on. Okay, I got that.
You stand on that tight soapbox, sister. Stand on it. Is that the Bible? Yes. Is that a daily planner?
That's what they want to pay attention to. That's what they can. Okay. All right. I yield.
We have entered May. We've officially entered Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, a time to celebrate a rich history, cultures, and contributions of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the U.S. It's a month of honor and resilience, achievements, and influence of the AAPI community in every field, whether it's in science, education, activism, business, or entertainment. Today, we're shining a spotlight on someone whose career's journey has truly touched the hearts of his early roles as a child actor in Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, and recent films such as Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and his recent role in Love Hurts. The wonderful, talented Ke Huy Quan.
Ki Kwan worked behind the scenes for years as a stunt coordinator and assistant director, but his passion for performance never faded. Then, after nearly 2 decades off screen, he made a triumphant return with his role as Wayman Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once. His performance was heartfelt, funny, and deeply moving, earning him an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in 2023. Ki Kwan's comeback wasn't just a personal victory, it was a powerful moment for recognition. His story shows how talent and perseverance can overcome years of industry limitations and how every person deserves a chance to be seen and valued in their work.
Now let's switch things up a bit and dive into our next segment, Beyond the Blog. This is where we take a trip down memory lane and revisit some of the hottest topics that happened long before the bubble chat even existed. From viral moments to unforgettable news stories, we'll be unpacking some of those iconic moments and seeing how they still resonate today. It's time to relive the buzz. So let's get into it.
All right, let's take it back to one of the most talked about moments at the 2014 MTV Video Music Awards. Rapper Nicki Minaj had a major wardrobe malfunction during her performance of Bang Bang alongside Jessie J and Ariana Grande. Now, Nicki had just finished performing her own song, Anaconda, and made a quick costume change to jump into the Bang Bang performance. But when she hit the stage with Jessie and Ariana, you could tell something was off. She was holding her black dress together the entire time. It turned out during the quick change backstage, there wasn't enough time to fully zip up the dress, and Nicki had to make a split second decision: either miss the performance or get out there and hold it down literally. Honestly, she handled it like a true professional. Even with the dress mishap, she kept her energy up, kept performing, and didn't miss a beat. And it's a reminder of how unpredictable live performances can be and how artists have to stay ready for anything. Here are my here are my thoughts. When it comes to her wardrobe mishap at the 2014 VMAs, I honestly think she handled the situation really well. To give little context, Nikki only had about 50 seconds to change outfits between performances, and her team tried to help by holding up black curtains around backstage, and she couldn't really see anything, and that's when the zipper issue happened. Later on, Nikki shared on the Ellen DeGeneres show that she didn't had head out on she decided to head out on stage holding her dress together because she didn't have any underwear or bra underneath.
Oh!
So she didn't want to risk for a bigger accident, so she chose a safer option. And honestly, what matters most is the fact that she showed up, performed, and still gave a great show despite everything. It actually reminds me of a play I saw once where a few actors made some mistakes during their scenes, but instead of freezing up or stopping the show, that's the mark of a real professional. And when things go wrong, you can find a way to keep the show going no matter what. How do you feel about it, Donis?
Um, I would assume it probably was like driving a 6 speed, going about 120, and you gotta hit that motherfucking clutch, baby. You better hold on tight. And I think that's what she was doing. She was holding on tight. She had that vice grip, you know, that Dr. Claus, you know how eagle come down. You know how we go like this? She was on a clamp, took the whoop. I ain't coming up no more. I'm down. I'm down. But she's the queen. I have seen Nicki Minaj 3 times in my lifetime of her musical career, and every time that bitch get better and better and better. Every time.
How do you feel about it, Jasmine? We're talking about Nicki Minaj's wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah. I love the resilience that I see in women and female performers. Like, it's a whole bunch of sheroes out here. And even when I
you
hear
are
about
one of them, Jasmine.
thank you so much. I appreciate you and I received that. Even when I hear about them breaking their heels and they still acting like the heel is on there and
Ain't gonna forget Shay. I'm throwing her in there just so she don't be mad.
Absolutely, Queen Mother. Yeah, so yeah, I just love it. I love to see it. I love to see people staying in character despite whatever is going around them. I know it's I know it's a man, but it just makes me think about the Grinch and Jim Carrey staying in character, and they talked about how mean he was. Just the level of artistry that it takes in these fields is something that's admirable to me. And if I was ever to segue into being an actor or actress or a performer, I would strive for those type of levels. Like the whole time I'm the Grinch for the next 3 months. That's my assignment. I'm gonna be a straight bitch. Like if my assignment is to be Nicki Minaj on stage, I'm gonna be that bitch on stage too. And I say that in the most respectful way. But like I have no other option but to be great.
My anaconda.
Yeah,
My anaconda.
I love it.
Oh.
Ain't got no option but to be great.
Well, take us up out of here, Jasmine.
All right, and with that, we wrap up another exciting episode of the Bubble Chat. As we close out for today, remember the Force is always with you, guiding your decisions, lighting up your path, and helping you navigate those tough conversations. May you always choose the light side and keep those vibes as strong as a Jedi's resolve. Thank you for tuning in and sharing this galaxy of topics with us. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and remember, no matter how big or small, every conversation makes an impact, just like every star in the galaxy. So until next time, keep your lightsaber sharp, your questions even sharper, and your mind open for what's to come. The Bubble Chat will be back soon. So until then, may the Force be with you, always.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.